Hey, this is Jeff, and in this video, I'm going to share with you a little bit about the Effortless Enrollment Mastery program, which is a course that is within Master Coach University. So, how do you make the process of enrolling new clients effortless? That's the name of the program, right? Effortless Enrollment Mastery. Let me answer that question with a little bit of background, a little bit of a story. Recently, the New York Times ran a front page story about young, inexperienced coaches trying to get paid for coaching people twice their age. Now, I don't know this for a fact, but the New York Times probably figured we'll expose these coaches as failures, frauds. That kind of drama attracts readers, right? So they found a bunch of young coaches and they interviewed them. Of course, little did they know that most of their young victims were actually my students. And by the time they realized these coaches were getting tons of clients, making money, and transforming lives, it was too late. The paper had a deadline to meet, so they ran the story exposing these coaches' phenomenal results. And literally, this is actually the article. It's on the front page of the Sunday edition of the New York Times. And those pictures are pictures of my students. These are students of mine. These are coaches that became coaches, that they started their coaching practice basically as a result of the work that they did in my courses. And just to review some of the results that these coaches got, Janine, who's actually in this article, got 18 clients in under a year. Fred got 20 clients in under 1 year. Aji got 15 clients in under 2 years. And Colette got 17 clients in under 2 years. These are not typical results for people that go through probably any program, including mine, but these are some of the results that we've seen are possible with the type of work that I do with coaches. So a lot of misconceptions are hovering in the world of coaching, like you need to get certified. Do coaches really need a stellar certification to succeed? I mean, if you look at a Brian Tracy or a Wayne Dyer, you got to think these guys had to have mega certifications if you believe this line of thinking. The fact is, whoops, none of them are certified, actually. Do coaches really need massive success in life to be great coaches? I mean, you look back at those coaches, Janine and Aji and Colette, did they achieve just tremendous success in their lives in order to become great coaches with lots of clients? Well, let's take a look at some possible examples. Here's a gentleman, he sells cars, then he moves up to selling encyclopedias. I don't know if that's a move up. And then he really moves up to become an encyclopedia sales manager. And then he moved on to start a $30 million coaching empire. Later, this empire rocketed to $77 million in revenue per year. The source of this is Time Magazine and Wikipedia. That is Warner Earhart. That's how he got his start. So I wouldn't say that's tremendous success in life. Let's look at another great example. This gentleman quits his job. He lives homeless for 2 years. His family says he's irresponsible, even insane. That's his own family said that. And then becomes a #1 New York Times bestseller with 5 million copies of his book sold. And that's Eckhart Tolle. There he is with the Dalai Lama and hanging out with Oprah. If that's irresponsible or an insane, that's the kind of irresponsible and insane that I would like to adopt myself. So all these coaches successfully started their business the right way. So what's the right way? In my experience, working with coaches that succeeded and coaches that fail to start their business successfully, that fail to build the business of their dreams, the big difference I've seen are really just a couple things, about 6 different things, 6 different skills and experiences that these coaches mastered, that when I started my coaching business, I mastered, that really provided us with success that the coaches that fail never master, or they never use their ability in that particular area. So all of these coaches achieved at one point, before they achieved their success in their coaching business, emotional mastery, commitment and leadership mastery, mastering their own ability to commit and mastering leadership, leading others, mastery of enrollment, the actual process of finding and enrolling new clients, mastery of maximizing clients, once you have a client, maximizing the potential of that client, creating value for them and also creating value for yourself and your own business. Mastery of leveraging past clients after a client is no longer coaching with you, actually leveraging those relationships. And finally, these coaches achieved referral and follow-up mastery. They mastered the ability to get referrals and mastered their follow-up practices in their business. So when I looked at these 6 areas were the areas that successful coaches really master, I thought Effortless Enrollment Mastery has to include these 6 areas. And I put these into basically modules, and let's talk a little bit about the details of what's covered in each module. So module 1 is emotional mastery. Now, the reason why module 1 is so important, the reason why we actually start with emotional mastery is because without emotional mastery, you won't make it through this program. Emotional mastery is the foundation through which everything else in your coaching business can be achieved. And there's several steps to this. We take you through what's called the core transformation process, where you identify limiting beliefs and destroy them. Then you condition the beliefs that will empower you in the direction of your dream. Destiny navigation is another step in the emotional mastery process, where we use a system of literally mapping out the wiring in your own brain and discover the tapestry of forces that are directing you towards your ultimate destiny. Then redesign your navigation system, rewiring yourself in a way that actually changes your thinking so you can achieve your ultimate destiny. Once these 2 areas are really addressed, you've achieved a level of emotional mastery. And if you apply this to your coaching business and shift these forces such that they support you in creating your coaching business dream, you have the emotional foundation to be able to do everything else that you're going to learn in the program to really master your coaching business. In module 2, this is commitment and leadership mastery. So commitment mastery is a highly specialized and demanding module, which includes coaching, real-time feedback, and practical training in getting results. This is really the process through which you master the ability to commit at all to what you need to commit to in your coaching business, and then actually the ability to follow through on those commitments. The results in commitment mastery are unprecedented because you'll have a forum for realizing your commitments in your coaching business. Now, leadership mastery will teach you how to ethically influence anyone, anytime, anywhere. And some coaches have trouble getting clients because their communities don't provide the types of people that would become ideal customers. So in Leadership Mastery, the Leadership Mastery module will show you how to create and build a new community of the most powerful people around you and influence them to join with you in building your coaching vision to fruition. You'll develop your ability to communicate effectively with large groups of people and to speak in a way that inspires others. That's leadership mastery. Now, in the leadership mastery and commitment mastery process, you'll enhance your productivity and profitability in your coaching business. You'll expand your commitment to 100% and see that demonstrated. You'll acquire the know-how to translate your vision into the practical, effective action needed to make that vision real. And you'll have new power and velocity in producing specific, measurable result. This is intensive training in managing a project to its fulfillment. You'll also gain first-hand experience of the power available to you. So that's Module 2, Commitment and Leadership Mastery. Now, with this foundation of emotional mastery and commitment and leadership mastery, we move on to Module 3. This is really where the coaching business truly gets started. And this is actually before the client relationship begins. Now, before the client relationship begins is really when you need to enroll clients, obviously. Enroll new clients in your coaching process. Have them hire you as their coach, basically. And there are really 3 steps to this. There's the lead generation step, actually acquiring new relationships, finding and creating new relationships with new people. There's the appointment setting process, where you actually set up appointments with these individuals, free sessions with them, and then there is the actual free session that you run to actually get somebody to the point where they actually sign up as a client, where they hire you as their coach. So the first step, as I just mentioned, is lead generation. And there's lots of aspects to lead generation. It's actually probably the most sophisticated and complex part of the client enrollment process. You've got to learn, and you'll learn in this module and master networking, seminars, and the process of seminars that I'm talking about here is actually going to seminars and acquiring clients at seminars. It's a huge area where many coaches that we just talked about actually use seminars to access the most leads. Email, which is a huge modality that you need to learn and master. Sphere of influence, the people around you already that are connected with you, that's what we call your sphere of influence, people you already influence. Public speaking, which is something that is a huge leverage tool for coaches, and it's probably one of the most important modalities that you need to learn and master to generate leads. And then finally, joint ventures. Joint ventures are simply partnering with others that already have your clients, and you're going to learn and master that joint venture process in Module 3. So that's just the lead generation process. Now moving on to appointment setting. There are many aspects to appointment setting, and we're going to cover even more than I'm going to talk about here, but namely we're going to cover especially the free session interview process, and of course scheduling free sessions and other appointments and how to do that. What do you say, what do you do in order to actually schedule appointments? You got to be able to do this if you're going to set enough free sessions. And in Module 3, before the client relationship begins, you will learn and master the free session process. And you're going to learn in this process basic and advanced methods for free sessions. So there's no one perfect free session. There are many different dialogues, many different processes and formats for a free session. Some which will be a great fit for you, and some which may not be as good a fit, but are good to learn and be at least aware of as well. So depending on your business, your prospects, your style, you're going to learn the free session process that's the best fit for you. So you're going to learn basic free sessions, advanced methods for free sessions. You're going to learn what I call the guru script, which is a very special dialogue that we modeled from a guru that does $1 million a year in their coaching business, and the script that they use to sign up new clients. And you're going to learn also consultant selling, which is a whole different dialogue in and of itself when you're working with businesses and having them hire you as a coach for an entire business. So that's Module 3, before the client relationship begins. Now, once you form client relationships, you also need to master what happens during the client relationship for your business. I'm not just talking about good coaching here. I'm talking about what do you do to maximize what you can gain as a business from every client relationship. Because once you have a coaching client, the business opportunity just begins at that point. Because now you're their coach. Now you're a huge influencer for them. So you need to be able to apply leverage within these relationships, and you're going to master the leveraging process, the process of leveraging current client relationships in Module 4 during the client relationship. You're going to master applying leverage by working with companies and associations that your clients are connected with, the sphere of influence and family connections of your clients, and also leveraging what we call the wheel of life, which I call the Trojan horse technique, which is basically the process of finding all sorts of different aspects of what you can do for your client so you can extend that client relationship. And then also the ascension model, the model of moving clients up a ladder of ascension to not just keep them working with you, but also give them the most value and also maximize the kind of income you can create from every client relationship as well. So those are all areas of leverage that you'll learn and master during Module 4. You're also, of course, going to need to master retention. This is really also very, very key. If you can't keep a client, you can't maximize the kind of return on investment that you're making with that client as well. So you're going to master the next level or downsell process, also what to do when clients quit, and understanding agreements and policies that you need to set for retention as well. If you miss out and miss these keys, you will miss out on 3/4 or more of the revenue that you can generate for each client. And I've seen coaches that are actually pretty good at signing up new clients. I was one of these coaches originally. I would sign up new clients and I would keep them for a couple months, and then they'd quit and I'd have to go run around trying to find the next client. I was literally going broke as somebody who could enroll 50% of the leads that I had generated. So, I had a business that was leaking like a sieve, basically. Clients would come in and they would leak out. And I know lots of coaches that when they start, this is one of their biggest challenges because they can't retain their clients. And you need to master this process. And part of that's just what you need to say and do with your clients. Part of that's also your policies and agreements that you set that will really seal the deal when a client signs up. So they'll stick with you for quite a long time. So that's Module 4, during the client relationship. Module 5 is where we cover after the client relationship. This is also very important, getting testimonials and doing case studies with your clients. We're going to cover how to do that and the best practices for creating great testimonials and case studies that will make it so you can utilize the relationship that you have with past clients to actually help get you more new clients. Building a team also that builds your business as well. Lots of people that you coach will ultimately become team members in different ways, and we'll talk about those models and how they can actually be your team members that will bring you even more clients because you've made such a difference for them as well. So that's Module 5, after the client relationship. And then finally, Module 6 is where we cover, this is by no means the least of the modules in terms of importance. This just happens to be the last one, which is the referral and follow-up systems. Referrals are probably going to be 50% of your business. The most successful coaching practices are almost always based upon massive amounts of referrals and ironclad follow-up systems. In this module, you'll learn and practice the best ways to follow up with prospective clients and get referrals throughout the 3 stages of the client relationship. So we've covered what we're going to actually work through in the Effortless Enrollment Mastery course. Let's take a look at what's possible as a result of this. Take a look at the fees that coaches are charging. Speaking fees, $250 to $5,000 or more per speech. Product prices. Products generally are priced between $50 and $3,000, sometimes even more per product. Coaching fees. Per client annually, you will generally make about $1,500 to $12,000 per client. And again, obviously that's a very wide range, but the minimums really do lie around the 1,500 range. Now, how can these streams of income actually add up? Now, let's just look at working with coaching clients. If you just spent 6 months in Effortless Enrollment Mastery and you enrolled 4 clients per month, basically, and if you're really working hard on this stuff and you're putting full-time effort in, you definitely can generate 4 clients. It's not necessarily typical, and again, this is a brand new program, so we don't have statistics yet on what you will do in this program itself. So I can't make those statements and claims that this is exactly what you'll create, but I've seen coaches do this many times, and our more successful coaches, this is definitely a doable number for them, no doubt. So in month 1, let's say you get 4 clients, and you charge a very moderate, or actually a fairly low fee for coaches, which is $250 a month. And so, of course, 4 clients times $250, it's $1,000 in income in that first month. Month 2, now you got 8 clients because you enrolled another 4, let's assume. Your fee still stays the same. Your income, now $2,000 a month because now you've got 8 clients, you're charging all of them $250 each. Month 3, now you're at 12 clients, you brought in another 4. Now you're at $3,000 a month in income. And then month 4, $4,000, month 5, $5,000, and month 6, $6,000. That's $6,000 per month by month 6. Just by adding 4 new clients per month. That's 1 client a week. Do you think if you spent your time each week doing these things that we just talked about, mastering these processes, talking to people, getting referrals, following up, setting free sessions, you think you can sign 1 person up at $250 a month? If you think there's no way you can do that, now you might be wrong, I don't know, but if there's really no way that you can do that, then stop listening or watching this video right now. But the fact is that anybody who's a halfway decent coach and learns these processes should be able to do that. Again, these results are not typical. Most coaches who learn these basics don't actually use them, that's one of the reasons why during Effortless Enrollment, we'll be holding you accountable for following through on these things. Try to maximize what you can actually produce, because just learning this stuff doesn't do it. You got to learn it and use it. And we're going to support you in that process by holding you accountable, motivating you, helping you to lay that emotional and commitment and leadership foundation first. That's why we start with those aspects. But this is what's possible as a result of actually doing this stuff. So if you want to see my numbers, and again, we just ran the numbers from a pure coaching model, but there's really three major streams of income for coaches if they choose to maximize and go after multiple streams of income. There's speaking, products, and coaching. So let's first of all start with speaking. This is just a recent speaking engagement I did where that I made $1,000 for a 4-hour keynote, and they literally, this company flew me to their city and put me up in a nice hotel and paid me $1,000 plus expenses for the keynote that I ran. That's just a couple months ago that I did that. Moving on to coaching, we're not going to cover products because, again, that's not really the focus of what you'll be accomplishing in this program, so I'm just going to skip by products. But suffice to say that I make thousands of dollars of income every single month from products, and these enrollment principles and these understandings are part of the foundation that helped me to build the business model that brings me in thousands of dollars in product income every single month. So this is still important to support that process. But let's take a look at my merchant accounts from past years, looking at just coaching fees that I charge. If we focus in on one of these merchant statements, you'll actually see that this merchant statement amounted to over $23,000 in coaching fees. This was actually one of my $30,000 months, and the vast majority of that income was just coaching income from the principles that you will learn in Effortless Enrollment Mastery. So I look forward to working with you in Effortless Enrollment Mastery inside of Master Coach University very soon. Take care until then.